My name Plush Trap Studios, and today I'm sorry I cannot make a full-length feature video. It today was a bit of a pickle, so instead I am here talking about the new Five Nights at Freddy's security breach. I knew I wouldn't escape this, and I have some thoughts about them. Okay, let's just get down to the main thing, okay? A lot of people have been saying that they suck. Yeah. Yeah. And I see why. They have their points. But you shouldn't hate on them. You should appreciate Funko for what they tried to do. And I'll get into that in a little bit. But first, we gotta look at why this wave is so much worse than the last. Let's get the most obvious one out of the way. Yeah. The fact that their fabric is made of felt. Like the main body is made of felt. Or, wait, no, like some kind of rough fabric material. You know what I'm talking about. The same stuff that the Chica's head feathers are made out of. Yeah. Yeah, they're all made of that. And while that's not really much of a problem to me, it is a problem to a lot of other people, especially a certain frog who, whenever he touches it, he gets a bit shivery, okay? The other thing is that Funko, yeah, they have wonky shapes. They keep on printing. In fact, there's more printing than ever right now on these plush, and there's a lot. They're put simply, these plush, a lot of people are saying are terrible. Some are even going as far as to say as they are the worst way Funko's ever made. And I say that, are you high? Are you freaking high? Yes, I will admit, they aren't as good as the Blacklight wave. But, they are at least better than Sister Location. At the very least, twisted ones, okay? Because feeling that rough fabric is a hell of a lot better than feeling that goddamn printed on fabric. Now, let's get on to the main thing. Why I think Funko decided to make this decision of using that rough, weird fabric for the majority of the body. Because they've been using their soft fabric for so long, ever since Wave 1, and then they just use this fabric out of nowhere. Like, come on, Funko, what's going on? And to that I say, the answer is very simple. One word, 3 syllables. Quarantine. Or maybe 4 syllables. Quarantine. Whatever, you get the point. Quarantine. Ever since the pandemic became, well, a global pandemic back in January, it's clear that certain supplies were going to become rare. In fact, here in the state of New York, we have a lumber shortage going on. So, yeah. And maybe this special fabric Funko uses is somewhat rare and somewhat expensive, but not too rare, but not too expensive. However, during this pandemic, it has become too expensive and too rare for Funko to use. And I'm sure that they had a lot of that rough fabric lying around. Now, yes, the quarantine is starting to slow down a bit, but these plushies were probably starting to get made around the start of quarantine, so I can see why Funko was using that stuff, you know. They just didn't have enough of it, but they had enough of that rough fabric. But then another question came to mind. Frost Bear. His fabric looks very identical to this nice soft fabric that we all know and love. So, after thinking for a while, I did come to the conclusion that plush they just made. I mean, quarantine started slowing down a month or two ago, which was probably enough time for Funko to put together a Frostbear plush so that Puppet Steve can, review and all that stuff. So, yeah, I can see why. But at that time, the damage was already done for security breach. The plushies were already made, and yeah, I can see why that happened. And if you still hate Funko for doing this, then shame on you. You should be respecting them. Sure, they should have waited, I will admit that. They should have waited until they got the material. But still, these plushies were planned, and they couldn't just waste millions of dollars like that, okay? They had to make the profit. And while it didn't entirely work out, I still think what Funko did was acceptable, appreciable, and good, okay? We've been waiting for a Funko wave ever since November of 2018. And if this is all we're getting this year, then that's good enough for me. Because Funko, they learned their lesson, okay? Don't blame them, okay? Blame quarantine for ruining it. That might be the case. I mean, Funko might be going cheap, but no, they wouldn't do that. They already learned their lesson. So yeah, you don't have to love this wave or even like it. Just appreciate what Funko tried to do to get us fans hyped for the new stuff that was coming out, and to keep us waiting for Quarantine and the new Scott Cawthon game. So, yeah, at the end of the day, respect Funko for what they did, and just blame it all on Quarantine, okay? The beer should be burned, and we should all take in the dangerous route. And that is why the security breach wave isn't that bad, in my opinion. For what Funko had, it is acceptable. And with the new Frostbear plush, I'm sure that things are going to clear up very quickly. And as always, guys, make sure to subscribe, click that notification bell, smash that like button, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.